And we're back at California's Great America. All right, guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Defunct rides at California's Great America. Today we're going to focus on one area and one area alone. That is the new water park, South Bay Shores, which is absolutely phenomenal. But in the place of that area used to be, back in the early 2000s, the amazing first ever flying roller coaster. You literally flew like Superman, and it was called Stealth. We're gonna go check that area out right now. I'll show you where Stealth was and what it looks like now. Let's go.
But California is also home to an entirely new kind of flying machine. Stealth, the world's first flying roller coaster, blasting through the air at Paramount's Great America in Santa Clara, California, just 44 miles from San Francisco. On Stealth, passengers lie face down, flying through the air with arms extended, rocketing through a coaster lover's idea of heaven.
As you glide over 50 miles per hour through 8 inversions, looping, twisting, it's an incredible experience. You feel like you're Superman.
Stealth really represents, the ultimate in innovation. Who would ever thought that we'd be laying down riding roller coasters? I mean, you could only dream about it.
The mind-boggling experience begins when passengers enter Stealth's unique flight vehicles. Guests are tilted onto their backs for the steep ascent up the lift hill, unable even to see where they are going. Now, let's experience the magic of Stealth for ourselves through the eyes of Derek Hanna.
We're climbing up 115 feet in the air, and we're about to invert over on our sides into the flying position. Now, here in California, we have incredible roller coasters, but there's nothing like this in California. This is Stealth, and we are now flying, heading over 50 miles per hour. Up into the air, free as a bird.
Let's hop on the Delta Flyer and get a nice little aerial view of what is now South Bay Shores, and originally in 2004, after they closed Stealth, was Boomerang Bay. Now, it was pretty cool because they did build the water park kind of underneath all these rides, which was really cool, but it did make it really crammed. It made for, viewing of the underneath of the rides kind of weird, so that was a little bit off. Now, if you look down here to the bottom left, where the South Bay Shores entrances, that's around the same spot that you would have entered for Stealth and Yankee Clipper way back in the day. That would have been the same area that you would have entered for those rides. And now the land is so beautiful now. I mean, it is so pretty and open and redeveloped very nicely. But as you look to the right, you're going to see a lighthouse kind of here off in the distance, and that is where the Revolution once was. That is where the Loggers Ride once was, that you see here in blue with that double drop, which is really cool. But yeah, Stealth was right here, kind of in this area, closer to where the Revolution was, closer to where this lighthouse was, kind of just back in that area. Now, it was a huge ride, and it did take up a lot of real estate, so it's a little bit hard to see, with the lazy river and those other things that are there, but that is the area that Stealth once was, which is now developed into a beautiful spot, and it once held, 4 different rides in that area. All right, so the entrance to Stealth was around the corner where the South Bay Shores entrance is.
actually. So it's not far around the corner, and most of the ride did take place right here. You saw that sky view of what everything I described, so now I'm back on the ground level, and we're going to go physically into the water park, South Bay Shores, check that out and kind of show you, try to figure out, it kind of took up a lot of real estate, to be honest. So there's not like one main area where it was. It was a big roller coaster and it took up a lot of space. Harper found Charlie Brown and took off running. She's so excited. Charlie Brown's not a character we've seen yet. Oh, there we go. Big hugs. Charlie Brown's not a character we've seen yet here. Only Snoopy and the others haven't seen him yet. Oh, what is she doing? She's popping his pimples. Harper, what are you doing? Oh, look how cute. Love it. Cute. So Stealth was built in the year 2000 by Paramount's Great America, back when Paramount owned it. And it was a very cool ride. It really was. It's kind of hard to describe the feeling you got when you were on it, just because there was nothing like it. It was the world's first flying roller coaster. You literally laid like Superman. And it was long, it was fast, it was smooth, which is cool. And yeah, it only lasted 3 years. So 2000, it was made, or it debuted, and it closed down in 2003. What happened was lots of mechanical problems. You know, you can imagine when you had a ride like that where you're hanging upside, like not upside down, but you're flat, right? You're hanging from the coaster itself. There was a lots of mechanisms and hydraulics that controlled all the safety features with your latch, with the motion, just with kind of a lot. So, and I do remember that it was broke down a lot. So, we got to remember this was 2000. So that was new technology back then. It wasn't like mastered like it is now. We're 22 years later, so they've figured all that out now, where there's not as many problems. New technology, computers have come a long way since the year 2000. Like, just everything is so much easier nowadays. So pretty cool. Sad. We did have 3 years of it. A lot of people remember it. A lot of people forgot about it, though, because like I said, it was only 3 years. So a lot of people never even got the chance to ride it. So pretty trippy. But this is where it was, guys, in South Bay Shores. Very cool. Let's go back to our little walk around the park.
Steel coasters suffer less wear and tear than wooden coasters, so their track doesn't need to be replaced as often. And though every coaster has safety devices, Stealth sets a new standard in ensuring its passengers one of the safest rides possible.
Here on Stealth, we have a lot more electronics on the train itself. And there's a lot of conditions that have to be met electronically before that train will leave the station. The engineering on these is definitely high tech.
Stealth is so wired that it sometimes seems more like a NASA spaceship than a coaster.
Welcome to the computer nerve center of the Stealth. We've got a couple computers here that control the functions of the ride. Takes inputs from hundreds of sensors that are on both the train and on the track. So if any disagreements between the computers arise, it would shut down the ride.
All right, guys, we made it to South Bay Shores. It's a beautiful entrance. It's kind of the same area where you would enter Stealth as well. So they did keep that there. This little South Bay Cantina, actually, I won't lie, most of the food here is not great. I should say specifically in like the American 50s area, not great. But this cantina is pretty good. They got some bomb nachos, guys. They really do. Pretty good. And look at this. Look at this Volkswagen. Isn't that awesome? So cool. All right, let's go take a little walk around South Bay Shores and show you what it looks like now. right, guys, so there we go. That is what South Bay Shores looks like now. It is absolutely beautiful. It is big. It is very well done. And I'm sad. I'm sad that this park is leaving, and that's why I'm doing these videos. You know, I wanted to... It's funny, because literally 2 weeks before the announcement was made that Cedars Fair did sell the land for Great America, which meant, you know, all the rides are going away and the park's going away, obviously. I made a Defunct ride video for Great America, not knowing what would happen, that the park was going to be going away. So I made that video just kind of on a whim, because I thought, you know what, it'd be a cool video. I was here with my granddaughter, and I was showing her where like rides used to be, and I said, you know what, this should be a video. So I made a video, and it's doing pretty well, guys. You can see that on my channel, you know, about a month or so ago. And so, you know, moving forward, now that I've accepted that the park is gone and going away, I did my little rant and my little sad video a few weeks back where, you know, I guess I was complaining, which is okay. You know, we're all entitled to be sad and hurt when we lose something that we love. And you know, being in the Bay Area, we love this park, regardless of how the business has been ran or whatever, and whatever decisions came upon selling it and it going away. We love the park here in the Bay Area. We absolutely do. So, you know, what I want to do as long as I can until this park is gone, I want to document everything I can and celebrate the last almost 50 years that we have had with this park out here in Santa Clara, California. So, you'll see more Defunct rides, you're going to see more day trips, you're going to see more documentation of the lands themselves, because, you know, in 5 years, this park could be gone, and this is all we'll have. So I want to do the best I can to document these videos, get them on here on YouTube, so that way people can look at it years ahead and just reminisce on what we used to have. So, all right, guys, thank you for joining me on this part 2 of the Defunct video rides for Stealth and South Bay Shores. We'll see you guys on the next adventure.